another edition of the Sports Edition presented by Upnlevel Production. It's your boy Ferbietakes alongside Hyman OV and the Black Obi-Wan. First, thank you for your patience while we had a little break, but we've just been bottling up all these tapes and we're ready to unleash. Now the first topic, OKC Thunder might need a lesson in how to celebrate. Yeah, but nonetheless, they are our NBA Finals champions. And it took them seven games to get the job done. Much respect to the Pacers, because a lot of people out there was calling for them. It was going to be a sweep, 5 games. Guys, what's your take?
Well, first of all, I want to apologize because I was the one that said sweep. So,
I don't think he was wrong in that assessment though at the time.
But still, I gotta apologize to the Indiana Pacers because my respect for them for pushing Oklahoma to 7 games, and I also want to say prayers and a long, healthy recovery for Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? He was getting hot when he went down, and that was kind of what's disappointing about the whole thing. But still, congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder. You guys are the NBA champions, first time and the youngest NBA champions, so congrats to them.
Yeah, also much respect to the Indiana Pacers. Definitely, hopefully a safe and healthy recovery for Tyrese Halliburton. Most respect also to Rick Carlisle and his ability to coach them all the way to 7 games because, I mean, we did not. I had them in, I think, 5. I think you had them in a sweep. Nobody was wrong in that assessment at the time, but the Indiana Pacers proved everybody wrong, pushed it to 7. You know what I'm saying? Had that little devil magic working for them. Hit them, hit the game winner. I think game 1 hit the game winner. I was like, you know what, man?
I wouldn't call it magic. They were special.
Special stuff going on, but also, congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder, younger team. You know, really good future. You know what I'm saying? They still got the ability to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are young. They still got pieces. They still got a lot of draft picks. Like, much respect to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And, you know, I think back in me and Hype Man had conversations about the GM Sam Presti and his ability not to, close the deal. So this time he was able to. Much respect to him to build a team. Much respect to Shah.
Shout out to Presti. I'm glad you brought that up because he was, he's been the GM since they were Seattle.
Yeah. And I think Hype Man, he was talking about if they lose, who would it really fall on? And I was like, well, it can't really fall on the young team guys because they're young. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're young. But he was like, no, Sam Presti, because he's had multiple times to get here. Multiple times he's built teams and made trades. So he never really got here. Now, you know, he was able to build a team. You know, they was able to do the right thing. And he was able to close the deal and get a championship. Much respect to OKC. Much respect to the Pacers. You know, and, you know, close on the next season. NBA draft behind us. The next season's already starting. So, you know, yeah.
All right, so staying in the NBA, many trades are going down and very more expected with this NBA draft that's happening behind us as we're recording this show. Which trade had the biggest impact, you guys?
I'm going to go because I'll let Hype Man go with his point last. I think it's going to be a big one. So it's a lot. Some that make some noise, some don't. I think the Celtics sounding like they're trading house was surprising to me. It was like, oh, okay, we're giving rid of everybody. That was like, okay.
It's a wholesale.
I mean, wholesale everybody, and that's like, well, this is a championship team maybe this less than a year ago. I think the Washington Wizards, you know, even though, you know, it's the Wizards, but they look like they can see the East is wide open. It was like, let's do a little something. Let's get CJ McCollum. We got a little bit of veteran teams here. We can make some noise in the East, you know, they're seeing some young teams make some noise in the East. So you know, out of all the trades right now, I'll say Hype Man trades for that one. I got those 2 right now.
All those trades, those wholesales, and Atlanta gearing up with Porzingis and Barnes going to Orlando. Those are good for their teams. But for the NBA, it's Kevin Durant going to Houston. I mean, with one will email Delco. You didn't have a legitimate coach to play for. And then you really didn't give up anything.
Yeah, that was the crazy part.
You know what I'm saying? To get Kevin Durant.
I mean, a little bit of Dylan Brooks defense, but
yeah,
but
I could say maybe that's. I'm not gonna say completely, but I agree with you. I was like, damn man, keep Dylan Brooks, but still they kept the core pieces. And we'll email Delco. I'm gonna say right now, he needs to win an NBA champion. He needs to, and it's for Kevin Durant's legacy. I know a few months ago we had a huge debate about why we already got 2 rings. So yeah, but the narrative is that he wasn't the bus driver.
For the Golden State?
For Golden State. I mean, that was the narrative that was out for Kevin Durant. Here he gets to he gets to a point where if he wins, like that's it, like that closes the door with that, like Kevin Durant
without
all the hoopla and everything else that came with it. I won with this team, I won with this young core, and I won. That's why I need Kevin Durant to win. He's one of my favorite basketball players, my third favorite basketball player of all time. So for legacy, you need to win. So Kevin Durant to me was the biggest Houston. Real quick, Knicks, the New York Knicks, shame on you, because now the East is so wide open, and you fired Thibodeau.
Hey, Dolan's back, baby. Dolan's back, baby. He's back in the house, man.
Shame on you, because
back in the house.
You would never fire Thibodeau. I think this is your best chance to run the East, and I mean, you just disappointed. And with all the head coaches thing, the whole story about you have like 15 people on the list, and most of them, I think all of them said you can't talk to them. I mean, that was pathetic. I mean, that whole thing is embarrassing. So that was disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, just want to bring it up since we got a little bit of time. OKC looks like a team that can do a little dynasty hoopla talk. I'm not gonna put that juju on them just yet. They just won one.
Yeah.
Disagree.
But I think you can say that because they're still young. They got the pieces too. You know what I'm saying? These are the.
So you're saying like
I'm not gonna say
West can be like kind of locked down.
No.
If you're asking me next year, OKC or the field, I'm going with the field.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with the youth or younger. It's just that the West has so many teams.
Yeah.
And now with Kevin Durant going to Houston, I think that's a big threat to OKC.
But I could still see OKC winning some more. You know what I'm saying? Like they get young.
I still got the Warriors as a threat.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens with the Lakers. And when Dallas get healthy, that's going to be a threat.
So I agree.
I got the field.
I just feel like it's kind of like neglected. Everybody's talking about the East is just so wide open because it's like.
Well, I'm just saying when we say wide open, I'm not saying wide open and the automatic for the whole NBA.
You got three of those major stars.
East.
They went out on Achilles.
I know, but
they're going to be gone for the whole year.
Boston, it seems like Boston's
but when I say, I'm saying you're right, but I'm saying for the East, not the whole NBA.
Obviously. No, what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, let's give a little love to the West and beat a little bit of a parity.
I love the West.
I love the West. I think they could win a couple more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like back to back, but I can see them win like two more. You know, they're still young. They can make the trades that they need.
The last dynasty was Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers. So the West has been tough to me. The West has been tough since Michael Jordan retired. Because the West has been like every year. So and the two teams, and if you want to count the Spurs as a dynasty, like they didn't have 1-3 in a row, but they won five. Like so this is that their rivals was the Lakers. You know what I'm saying at that time. So, but the West to me has always been. I always loved the West because of that. So, but OKC because OKC is in the West. Now OKC was in the East. It's easy for the next couple of years. But
let us know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You want to know when the next video comes up? That notification bell lets you know. Now in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee show announcing that this will be his last year as a quarterback. But recently on the Unsportsmanlike Radio show, they kind of rammed into Rodgers, might be using this as a way to get that Derek Jeter treatment with the farewell tour. One, does Rodgers deserve that farewell tour? And two, does it really matter if this guy retires?
And I'll start. In the words of Draymond Green, they don't love you like that. Trying to chase that farewell tour, they don't love you like that. They're like, it's like what? Who? Like farewell to who? To Aaron Rodgers? Like this is not how the NFL works. That's not how NFL sports fans are. They're not going to give you a farewell. Like, what are you talking about? Play the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't care if it's your last game. We don't want you to win against our team. You're not going to be nice about it. So,
I mean, Tom Brady didn't get a farewell.
Well, and even if it was Tom Brady, even if Tom Brady announced this was his last year, wasn't nobody going to be hyped that he walked into the stadium.
Like, no disrespect. Like, I'm not saying disrespectful way either. I'm just saying that the NFL, that's not a culture in the NFL.
Yeah, agreed. That's it. It's like that's not how they do it. That's how we do it.
First of all, the bigger narrative with the Steelers is winning a playoff game. Just that you need a quarterback to do that. So it could have been Aaron Rodgers. It could have been Patrick Mahomes getting traded there on in NFL 2K. You know what I'm saying, a video game. But bottom line, the narrative around the Steelers is win a playoff game.
Right.
That's more important than, I think that's a little bit more important than Aaron Rodgers retiring.
I think Aaron,
because Steelers got to move on with that.
Yeah,
So,
I think Aaron Rodgers should be. He should focus on coming out his last year, winning a playoff team.
Now I don't mind celebrating him on his last game. Like when we get to his last game, like okay, get the extra cameras. You know, you want to do a little, I'm not saying the whole concert for him, but this is his last game. We should watch it. But this is one of the best. This is one of the greats because he is one of the greats. Not taking that away from him, but. Your narrative lately has not been. We shouldn't be doing this. We want to do a swan show at the last game by all means, but I mean, this is the NFL. You need to go out. You need to win the games. But the bigger narrative, like I said, is the Steelers getting past the first round of the playoffs. Win your division. You're in a tough conference. So.
All right. So let us know what you guys think. Hit down on the comment section. Just write. Type. Let us know. Hype Man. We were going to do a Hype Man's trivia, but in lieu of this, because we had a little bit of a break, something's really been festering in him, so I just wanted to get this off. He has the floor.
Yeah, hey guys, normally we have this part where we do trivia, but I told Thurman I wanted to skip that today. But I do want to talk about conversations that took place. First take between T-Mac and Gilbert Arenas. Talking about if they... was on Kobe's team, they would have won championships. With Kobe's squad, if he would have had those guys. I said, well, first of all, you guys had if Kobe had Yao Ming, he would have been winning multiple championships. If you want to go with the what ifs, but we don't do what ifs here. You had your team. You was up 3-1 in Orlando. You blew that series. You had a squad with Houston. You couldn't get them out the first round. But then you want to sit here and start talking about Kobe Bryant like. Not just you, but when I say everybody, you know me with Kobe Bryant. I watched him from day one to the last day. That man, the people just look at, the funny part is that people just want to look at stats. Like stats don't really just only tell a story. They only tell parts of the story because you're reading the numbers. But them guys know what that man puts in and day out in the gym. Not just on the basketball court. I'm talking about outside the games, what he does to be ready, to master everything in the game, from the free throw line to every part of the court. He tries to master it, from every footwork that he put in, all the time he put in the gym, all the sacrifices he made. None of you guys came up to that level. That's why you guys are not champions. Kobe Bryant is. So if you guys would have had the same squad that he had, nope, y'all would have never won. Did y'all have the skill? Yes, y'all had the skill. But did y'all have the drive? Did y'all have the motivation? Did y'all have the hunger to win those rings? I mean, I watched Kobe Bryant tore his rotator cuff on his shooting arm and finished playing the game with his left.
I seen that as well.
These guys will break a nail and they're out for 2 weeks. I mean, how many Achilles tear we seen this year? 7, 8? And I'm not trying to make fun, but how many of them got up to go finish and make a shot at the free throw line? None of you guys will never be like Kobe Bryant. We don't just compare Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan because of just the way he moves and the way he talks. It's behind the scenes. It's the work that he puts in. That's why he's a 5-time NBA champion. That's why you see him there while everybody's yapping. Kobe Bryant does this. Because y'all don't know what it took to get this. Not T-Mac and not Gilbert Arenas. Y'all great players. I watched y'all play. Y'all great. But y'all not Kobe Bryant. All the fans, the anti-Kobe fans, whatever. And you know what's funny? There's the fans that wasn't even born yet to watch him play. Or they only probably watched his 81-point game because you came at the end of his career. But was y'all there when he was bringing with the Lakers, when Shaq fouled down, he took over? I mean, that's the thing. It's like y'all talk about somebody I never seen really bounce a basketball. The fans make me laugh. The anti-Kobe fans. I mean, I don't know why. Y'all never seen him play. Why these guys were out clubbing, this dude was working. He ain't saying nothing. these guys went to go work with him because they saw what it took and what it took to win those 5 rings. Was it Joe Dumars? Right before Kobe retired, Joe Dumars said to him, "You're the last of our dying breed," because he knew. Joe Dumars knew that's the last player that's puts in the work. Like all these other guys that's coming in, spoil. They don't do what you do. They don't play injured like you. Come on, bro. Let's put a little bit. No, excuse me. Let's put a lot more respect on Kobe Bryant.
Don't forget to comment on that and hit the subscribe button, kids. LeBron James recently on this podcast came out with a question as to what's the purpose of ring chasing? Do you think it's fair or foul, guys?
Man, you got to go first.
I think chase the rings. You know what I'm saying? Like certain players of a certain caliber, they're going to be talked about of a certain echelon if they don't have the rings, right? Certain players, like at a certain point in Giannis's career, that was what you had to do. Giannis was like, all right, you got this, you got this. Where's the ring? Giannis went and got a ring. Now Giannis is talked about as one of those guys. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he won Finals MVP, World Wrestling Conference new MVP. You know what I'm saying? All in one. That's an accomplishment. You know, winning all those in that 1 year, that's an accomplishment. Certain rings by certain players carry certain statuses. Some players are gonna have to win a lot of rings to get more statuses. Certain players just need one. Like J.R. Smith has 2 rings. J.R. Smith is a 2-time NBA champion. Like, certain, you know what I'm saying? That's what nobody was ever thinking about. Oh, JR gonna be a champion. Now he's a 2-time NBA champion. Certain players are gonna get those rings and it's gonna carry them to other players. Andre Iguodala is a 1-time Finals MVP. Iggy's a 1-time Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was a hell of a series.
It was a hell of a series, but Iggy, it still went to Iggy. Iggy is a Finals MVP. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's Andre Iguodala. After that, is also a 4-time champion. If I'm not mistaken, right? Like, he's a 4-time. Draymond Green, 4-time champion. Like certain players and certain people have the rings carried in certain statuses, and certain players never really didn't need a ring to be of a certain status. That's just the reality of it. Sometimes, like we're talking about Joel Embiid, he gonna need one. If we talk about him as being one of the best centers in the league, you gonna need one, gang. Because that's the only thing that's why we can't really talk to you about like that. Certain players need a ring, certain players should ring chase. And you know, if that's what LeBron was saying, then I guess I agree. I think that's what he said. I didn't watch the podcast, so by the way, guys. But yeah, even though as a LeBron fan, I did not watch it. So shame on me.
Well, I watched it because it came up on my feed, and then obviously everybody else talked about it. Well, I watched it because obviously, you know, I'll be on my social media a lot, and then they also talked about it on our networks. But what I got from it is that he is trying to change or trying to push a narrative, not change, but push a narrative. So from what I took from it is he's trying to push a narrative, like the ring counts shouldn't matter. Like in the NBA, ring counts do matter. And when he started talking about bringing up football as a comparison, I was like, in the NFL, we don't have a culture where people are counting rings. Now, Tom Brady is the anomaly because he has 7. We get that, and if Patrick Mahomes get 5, he's the GOAT because not only he's close to Brady, but talent-wise, he's better. So that's why in the NFL, counting rings to get to 7 don't make you the GOAT. It's really the talent. Like Lawrence Taylor will always be considered the greatest football player of all time, right?
Yeah.
So Lawrence Taylor, look him up, baby. But he's trying to make a narrative like not only how many rings you got, he's trying to change the narrative on how you got those rings. This is what makes me laugh about the guy because the thing is like for the kids who didn't really grew up watching him, like they caught him in his Heat days. They didn't watch him in his first Cavs days, right? And it got to the Heat. I think they started watching him like after he lost to Dallas. I think that's when everybody started watching LeBron. Because before he got to Miami, he was on Cleveland. And then what did he do? He ran south because he wanted to get a ring. So you was ring counting, ring chasing, and the thing is, the narrative is just, it's how you went and got it. That's why you're trying to get ahead of yourself, trying to push a narrative. I mean, It's the NBA. Yes, is there a ring culture? You damn right. If you're an NBA champion, yeah, you're in that room. But then there's other rooms when there's people who have multiple champions. And then there's going to be question marks when it says, okay, how you got those champions? Because, for example, we all talk about Michael Jordan, right? We say why we consider him one of the greatest players of all time, because it's not only he got his 6th championship, it's not 6 in a row, right? It's 2 3-piece. Let's put that in specific terms because people forget. People think it's just 6 in a row. It wasn't 6 in a row. It's 2 dynasties. So put that into perspective, right? He got his rings.
Could have been 8.
Huh? Could have been 8, but he retired. But he got 2 dynasties. That's something that nobody could say they ever done. He didn't go to Boston to get that. He didn't go to the Lakers to get that, where it was with Magic Johnson. He got that with his team from the bottom up. And that's what he's trying to change the culture on. Because he knows that we see like players like Kobe Bryant, right? Started with the Lakers, got 3. What was the narrative with him? Oh, he can't win without Shaq. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. And when he got 1 2. That narrative squashed. He's in that room. You're not in that room with Kobe Bryant. Because you're a ring below. You got 4 rings. You don't have 5 or 6. That's 1. You didn't get them how you got. You didn't get them like these guys. Like, yeah, you're a 4-time champion. But let's be real. You didn't get them like from the bottom up. You didn't. Right? So that's why you're trying to get ahead of it. And then you want to get into the culture of we don't acknowledge greats that don't have a ring. Are you kidding me? We don't acknowledge Allen Iverson? Allen Iverson is one of the top 3 most influential basketball players in the history of the league, and he doesn't even have a champion. But we have him top 3 as influence. You know how many players was influenced by Allen Iverson? Because, man,
as a LeBron defender, now let me step in. Because what Jordan fans love to do is take out the context. Let's go back to LeBron stint in Cleveland. Cleveland fucking sucked as a front office. Absolutely dog crap. Couldn't get LeBron squat. His best player on that team was Ilgauskas. Team, do you keep people on this part? Do you know who Ilgauskas is? Absolutely not. You have no idea who Ilgauskas is.
Mo Williams.
Nah, I'm clue. Don't even Mo Williams, please. Don't even Mo Williams. I could not believe Mo Williams. Mo Williams. You just came out and said Mo Williams. Mo Williams. Jordan had excellent players all time. Why? Because his front office was legit. That was on that was definitely on the documentary I watched. That guy they hated, that fat white guy, he got cool coach. He was able to get Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Jordan's asterisk, because you want to talk about how we get players. Jordan's asterisk, because he does have one. He's never won a championship without Scottie Pippen. That's just a fact. But we don't like to mention it because Jordan's the GREAT. But those are facts. So if we want to start putting asterisks onto people's championships, we could. Or we could just appreciate the fact that we watch these people try to win a championship. The ultimate thing in their game, and that's what they tried to do. Or we could sit here and say, you got 5, you got 4, you got 3. And when Kobe died, he took none with him. All he left is people able to talk about his legacy like he wasn't one of the best. Right? Either way. Kobe had him 5 championships. When he died, rest his soul, couldn't take none with him. All he could leave back here is people able to talk about his legacy like he wasn't one of the best. We can sit here, we can chat all the day about who got this, who got that. Jordan players like the lucky because like he got 6. Okay, great. We're not gonna sit here and talk about LeBron's championships wasn't one of the his run to the championship wasn't greatest. I watched LeBron on that before that Heat team. I watched him take that cut. I watched him take that Cleveland team that with Mo Williams and Ilgauskas swept to the finals. Yeah, they got swept by the Spurs. Tim Duncan, one of the greatest. Obviously, the Spurs, one of the dynasties. Bro was one of them. Don't let me have to open the vote. Don't let say talk about my man's like he wasn't out here trying to win one off the rip. He was. And he couldn't because his front office was dog crap. That's not the same for Kobe. That was not the same for Jordan. They had great front offices. That is why they were able to get the players they were able to get. Jordan did not have to worry about a player giving him nothing. We watched that documentary. He had players that gave him its all. Kobe had played. Shaq was out there giving him his all until he wasn't. Then Shaq left, and he had Paul Gasol giving him his all.
Real quick.
I have a question. Hold on.
Yeah, because I got a question.
The GM that was there was David Griffin, right? His first stint in.
Right.
And wasn't it the same GM, David Griffin, in the second stint? So what really changed?
Makes me laugh, and that's
what
what
we were saying. Braun,
because y'all shit on the office, but yet he goes back to the front office. You're shitting on. That's what makes me laugh.
Turn it around without LeBron. Then LeBron
just when he turned it around without LeBron. Whoa. Those teams won something? Because I can let's go back to let's go. No, they were not. I don't care. They were not. They weren't even in the play-in back until LeBron got back there. So what are we talking about? They were like 21 and 34 teams.
I asked that question because it's like
LeBron came back and they immediately went to the finals.
And you said it out of your mouth because I was listening clear. You're shitting on the organization. That's why you left, because the organization was shit. Correct, right? Correct me. That's what you said, right?
The organization was not good enough, which is why when LeBron left, they were immediately the first round pick.
So that's the question.
That's a great organization.
So that's the question. If the organization was so trash, why did he go back to it?
Got to bring back home for Cleveland.
Oh my God!
Cleveland, this is for you.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about the front office. Why did he go back to the
Cleveland? This is for you. Because I don't need the front office.
You do, but you
because at a certain point in LeBron James' narrative was like
the question I wanted to ask.
That LeBron James was the one bringing in players. He was Rich Paul, and they was the one signing players. It wasn't even the front office. Because every time LeBron do something, LeBron getting him traded. LeBron getting this, and now we talk about LeBron as the front office.
Here's a big hole about your front office stuff. And Thurman, correct me if I'm wrong. He said he was the last dance, right? He said that 3-4 times. So if he was the last dance, did Michael Jordan come into a great front office? Thurman?
Jerry Cross was pretty good.
Jerry Cross was that? No. How many years did Michael Jordan didn't have a team? Michael Jordan didn't just come in and won 6 championships. That's not how it went.
Yeah, but that's
Michael Jordan came into a shitty organization.
Jerry Krause
was an asshole.
Was 2 years in when he drafted Jordan. And then since then, we kept building around Jordan. Granted, the GM prior to him, Jordan was hiring cocaine addicts.
Bro, Jordan came in 85. They didn't start winning until 91.
It took
7 years. Thank you. You're right. But my point is that 7 years, just like LeBron, because LeBron didn't just get to Cleveland and stood there for 1 year and then went to Miami. It was the same amount of time as Michael Jordan. 7 years. You don't know history like that, Papa? That's why I started like this. I was like, you got mad holes out. Michael Jordan just didn't come in and rack off 6 championships. He came into a shitty front office. And for 7 years, that front office was shit. What are you talking about? But the difference between my man and your man is that he didn't quit and run south. That's the story. And that's what all your men and you are just want to erase. But guess what? It's not erased. You guys could go watch. Look at those fans. They burned that man's jerseys to the ground. Why? Because that's quitting. You quit on a team. You quit on. You blame the organization. No, you blame yourself.
Right.
Weak.
Comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And that leads me to Ferbietakes. These two just debated about ring chasing and is it important. To me, what is it all about? You strive, you work hard, grow your life in every sport to envision yourself a champion. As sports evolve over the years and as parity is pretty much across the board, you still strive to do what it takes to win a ring. The New York Yankees are synonymously known for 27 World Series champions, and even the Dallas Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers are known for those championship teams. LeBron may seem a bit hypocritical as he's literally bounced from team to team chasing that ring, but the statement alone is a bigger indicator of what might be the issue in all the sports. The contracts are getting bigger, the returns are getting smaller, players are playing for contracts, which again, I'm never here to stop don't get me confused or not getting your body. But players aren't playing team sports, they're playing more of a style sports. If you're a big star, they form the system around you, not teaching you the possible winning ways, instead of forming the system around the way that the coach is familiar with. Owners are at fault as well. Please, this is more about the owners. Owners are definitely at fault. Not investing into your team payroll. I'll never get mad at a team if they ever couldn't land a free agent or pull off a mega trade, but at least they went for it. And it just wasn't that destination that the player wanted to go. So, hey. But when owners don't even give it a shot, they don't even go for the player because he's too expensive, or they rather not share the, of the share revenue and reinvesting back into the team like it was originally kind of designed for. Sports have become a reflection of how society is, and where it's all about the money, and it's not about winning champions. Derek Jeter once said, "It's not fun losing. I don't have to like you, but if you're focused on winning, then we're good. It's all about winning." But instead, it's all about the next contract or my next endorsement or how much clout can a ring bring me if I could just keep balling the way I get and still get that money. Players are going through grueling seasons. Why not go for a strive for a fucking championship? Why not let that be your goal? Shit, it's the fans' goal. The people that support the whole $1 billion industry known as sports. If you don't want to chase the ring for yourself, at least do it for the guy, that hardworking guy that, probably going to see one game live in stadium. I'm going to leave you guys on this one though. And I hate to tell you guys, but this would never happen if we didn't allow participation trophies. Just saying, don't kill me. And that's all the time we got for today's show. Pretty riveting, pretty wow.
Great show. Great show.
Tell them where they can find you.
All right, man. Let's go over here anywhere, everywhere.
Black Obi-Wan on Twitter.
Follow us at Upnlevel Productions, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Peace. Stay up. Yo, peace and blessings. Thank you for watching Upnlevel. This is your boy Ferbietakes. If you like this show, you like the sports edition, like, comment, subscribe, get involved. Peace.